This podcast is generated by AI from the most interesting articles selected by the AI Security Foundation experts. Welcome everyone to the deep dive. Really glad you're joining us today because we're about to plunge into the world of artificial intelligence. It's dynamic, sometimes confusing, but always fascinating.
Yeah, and sources today, they come from a newsletter that promises insights, laughs, and occasional existential dread. And believe me, it often delivers on all three. So our plan for this deep dive is pretty straightforward. Cut through the noise, find the really important bits about AI. Today we're looking at quite a mix, some big security experiments, some cool new tools for building things, and even a kind of high-profile stumble from a major player.
Absolutely. And staying informed is just crucial right now, isn't it? Things change so fast. What's interesting today is how varied the topics are, but also how they connect. We'll see security issues and systems people are already using, then look at how open source is speeding things up. And finally, the real bumps in the road when deploying this stuff. It all links back to how AI is weaving into your daily life, sometimes in ways you don't even quite notice yet.
Okay, let's unpack this first story. It genuinely made me sit up straight. It's about this $170K AI agent red teaming experiment.
Yeah.
And this wasn't just some small test in a lab. No, this was big. They had 44 different AI agents out there.
Right.
And a massive $170,000 bounty for anyone who could break them.
That's a serious incentive.
It is. And the numbers are just, wow, over 1.8 million attack attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And they resulted in, get this, 62,000 successful breaches.
62,000? That's a lot.
It's huge. And these weren't just like simple hacks either. Some were really sneaky, like leaking sensitive emails, but indirectly. An agent got tricked into sending an email because of something hidden in a calendar event invitation.
Oh, wow. So manipulating one tool, the calendar, to misuse another, the email?
Exactly. Imagine your scheduling assistant being tricked into sending out confidential info just by processing a dodgy meeting invite.
Yeah.
But here's the real kicker, the bit that screams, pay attention.
Mm.
These weren't just theoretical flaws. Many of these exact exploits, they worked on actual production AI agents, live systems.
Yeah, that's the part that makes this such a profound wake-up call for AI safety, as the source puts it. The fact that these breaches were, relatively speaking, easy to achieve. It strongly suggests that a lot of AI systems out there right now might be vulnerable. And the conclusion from the source is pretty clear. Red teaming, basically, ethical hacking for AI, it can't just be a one-off check. It needs to be continuous, it needs to be realistic, like this experiment was, and crucially, tied to the actual live environment, not just testing in a safe little sandbox.
That makes sense. The context changes once it's live.
Precisely. The traditional test then deploy model, it just doesn't quite cut it for these dynamic AI systems. It's a constant evolution of threats.
Okay, so that paints a pretty serious picture. And linking to that, our sources also pointed towards a key resource, the Agentic AI Red Teaming Guide. So Agentic AI, just to clarify, these aren't just chatbots, right? These are LLMs that can make decisions, use tools, act more autonomously.
Exactly. They can use APIs, access databases, maybe even call on other AI models to get a task done without constant hand-holding. And what's fascinating and why this guide is so timely is that as these agents get smarter and more autonomous, well, the ways they can be attacked multiply.
Right. It's not just about tricking the language model itself anymore.
Not at all. We're moving beyond simple prompt injection. Now you've got to worry about API misuse, tricking the agent to use a tool maliciously, or data poisoning, messing with its training data, or even chaining exploits together using multiple tools in sequence to cause harm.
Like the calendar to email example.
Precisely. That's a chained exploit, so this guide. It provides a structured way to test for all that. System-level weaknesses, attacks that stick around, getting the agent to invoke bad tools. It's basically the security playbook we need now.
So thinking about the listener, if you're using these tools or building them or managing teams that do, what's the takeaway? It sounds like really rigorous, ongoing security testing isn't just nice to have, it's essential.
Absolutely essential, especially as these agents get embedded deeper into workflows, customer service, task automation, maybe even decision support. The risks become very real, very quickly.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit, moving from the maybe slightly scary security side to something more, well, constructive. Building things. This is where it gets quite exciting for developers. Our sources highlighted the awesome LLM apps repository. And the problem is also pretty common, right? Finding good, practical examples of LLM apps that actually work, especially ones combining different bits like a RAG or AI agents, it can be tough.
It really can. You spend ages sifting through code. But this repository, it's curated. High-quality open-source applications powered by LLMs. It's a real treasure trove, honestly. You find starter apps, but also really advanced projects, things like AI travel planners, financial coaches, you name it.
Nice little stuff.
Very. And it supports models from OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, but also open source ones like Llama, DeepSeek, so lots of flexibility. And the numbers. 56,000 GitHub stars, 6,700 forks. That tells you how valuable the community finds it. It's a launchpad for building real things.
That's a massive boost for developers. And speaking of boosting developers, there was another big piece of news. OpenAI's GPT-OSS release. This feels like a significant shift for them, doesn't it? They've historically been pretty focused on their closed proprietary models.
It's a very notable shift. GPT-OSS is their first open-weight model series. So they're not just giving API access, they're releasing the actual model weights, the training recipes, the inference code.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So developers can download it, run it locally, fine-tune it on their own data, and these models are apparently optimized for reasoning, coding, multi-turn chat. Pretty capable. Plus, the license is permissive, encouraging people to actually use and build on them.
So connecting the dots, what does this mean for the bigger picture?
Well, it could really help bridge that gap between, academic research and actual production systems using open models. It gives developers way more control, and honestly, it could shake up the competitive landscape for open LLMs quite a bit. It pushes everyone forward.
It definitely sounds like both that repository and this GPT-OSS release are giving developers some powerful new tools, accelerating innovation, providing solid foundations.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Absolutely. Big wins for the builder community.
All right. The path of innovation, as we know, isn't always smooth sailing. Let's talk about a development that hit a bit of turbulence. The GPT-5 rocky rollout and GPT-4o return. Sounds like OpenAI's latest big launch didn't go quite as planned.
No, it definitely hit some snags. Sam Altman himself called the rollout bumpier than expected. He mentioned a key system switch malfunction.
Technical glitch.
Seems like it. But the result was users reporting performance issues, quality drops compared to older versions. Things like more nonsensical answers, slower responses, maybe not following instructions as well, the kind of stuff that gets noticed quickly.
Yeah, people notice that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And social media lit up with criticism. So OpenAI had to react. They actually took the step of rolling back the default model to GPT-4o for many users while they worked on optimizing GPT-5. They had to acknowledge it wasn't quite ready for prime time.
So the takeaway from the source here is even the giants stumble sometimes.
Pretty much. It just shows that deploying these massive state-of-the-art models at scale is incredibly complex. Even with all the resources in the world, you're juggling the model itself, the infrastructure, user experience. It's a massive balancing act.
Right.
And it really throws a spotlight on that question. How do you balance pushing the boundaries, getting the latest tech out fast, with the need for things to actually work reliably, and maintaining user trust?
That trust piece is huge.
It is, and this incident showed how vital transparent communication is. Acknowledging the problem quickly, taking action like rolling back to 4.0 that helps prevent a bigger backlash. It underlines that, ultimately, user experience and trust are paramount. Sometimes you have to slow down to ensure stability. A hard lesson, maybe.
Yeah, the source called it a trust exercise with users.
Yeah.
And handling it transparently, fixing it quickly, that can actually strengthen trust in the long run, or at least mitigate the damage. Important for everyone in AI, really.
Definitely. So if we bring it all together from today's deep dive, we've seen the really critical need for robust AI security with those red teaming results showing real vulnerabilities. We've also seen the exciting side, how open source tools and repositories are speeding up innovation, empowering developers, and then that reality check, the growing pains, you could say, of rolling out the most advanced AI, showing that even the leaders face challenges. It's a complex picture.
So for you listening, what does this all mean? Well, hopefully this mixed the security warnings, the cool new tools, the lessons from bumps in the road gives you a richer understanding of where AI is right now. It's this blend of cutting-edge potential, real-world risks, and how the industry is learning and adapting literally day by day, and maybe something to think about as you go. With AI advancing so rapidly, how do you think companies can best balance that relentless push for innovation with the absolute need for security, stability, and, well, our trust? How important is that transparency when things don't go perfectly? Thank you so much for joining us today for this deep dive. We hope it gave you some things to chew on. Keep exploring, stay curious about this incredible field, and we'll catch you on the next one.